Hey there, Blue Lock fans, ready to crush it in Locked and dominate every match? Well, you're in the right place because today, we're diving into the ultimate locked weapon tier list. Now, let's face it, Roblox experiences inspired by Blue Lock are only fun when you're absolutely demolishing the competition. Nobody wants to be the one struggling on the sidelines, right? That's why having the right weapon can mean the difference between a soul-crushing defeat and a victory so sweet, you'll want to frame it. We've got everything you need right here to go from beginner to beast mode. So whether you're a fresh face looking to find your footing or a seasoned player aiming to fine-tune your arsenal, this guide's got your back. Stick around as we break down which weapons are going to make your matches a breeze and help you outplay every rival that dares to step up. Get ready to climb the ranks and unleash your inner Blue Lock prodigy. Let's dive in. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking weapons in Locked. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Neurotic, Repel, Watchtower, Leader, and Rough. Alright, let's talk about some of the quirkiest, most what-were-they-thinking D-tier abilities in Locked. These are the kind of moves that you might look at and go, well, maybe I could make this work. But no, they're mostly gimmicky, frustrating, and usually just meh. Let's break down exactly why you probably don't want to rely on these in serious play. Starting off, we've got Neurotic. Now, Neurotic is one of those abilities that sounds cool at first. After you get ankle broken, boom, you get a speed boost for 10 seconds. Sounds clutch, right? But let's be real, why would you want to get ankle broken just to get a speed boost? It's like rewarding failure, which is definitely a bold strategy, but not exactly the best one. Plus, most players won't stick around after getting broken to make the most of this boost. It's rare for a reason, rarely useful. Now, Repel is for the goalkeepers out there. Picture this. You block a shot, and instead of the ball going who knows where, it actually bounces further and lands wherever your cursor is pointing. Kind of neat? Sure. Game-changing? Not quite. It's just situational. And in the heat of a match, good luck always getting the cursor exactly where you need it. Repel sounds like it's got potential, but in practice, it's more like a nice-to-have than a must-have. Moving on to Watchtower. Now, here's a unique one. It's an activational ability that lets you set up a zone around you that lasts for 40 seconds, giving you and your teammates a big ol' hitbox buff. But, here's the catch. It's stationary, meaning you've got to stay in one place. Good luck convincing your teammates to huddle up with you when things are getting intense. Most players will take one look at that big circle on the ground and just keep on running. Fun concept? Yes. Practical in actual play? Not so much. Leader is next, and it's the kind of ability that seems like it would be amazing in a team play scenario. It restores stamina to your whole team, plus boosts shot power and speed. But don't get too excited, Leader is just a common ability, and its effects are short-lived. By the time your teammates actually notice the boost, it's probably over. It's the classic teamwork makes the dream work ability, but if your team isn't fully on the same page, it's just not worth it. And finally, we have Rough. Now, Rough is something else. You activate it, and you literally throw yourself forward, tackling whoever's in front of you, and you both end up flat on the ground. It's as chaotic as it sounds. For a split second, it feels like a power move, but in reality, you're just bringing yourself down with your opponent. It's a bit like saying, if I can't win, neither can you, which is more spiteful than strategic. The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Web, Godspeed, and Longlegs. Alright, imagine this. You're in Locked, the tension is high, and you're scrambling to make the best plays with the tools you've got. Now, let's talk about some C-tier abilities, the kind that can either save your game or leave you questioning your choices. These abilities are quirky, situational, and honestly, a bit of a mixed bag. But hey, sometimes the underdogs deserve the spotlight, right? Let's dive in. First up, Web. This activational ability is like tossing a curveball at your opponents. It forces everyone nearby to walk. No sprinting, no dashing, just slow motion chaos. Is it game-changing? Not quite. But if you time it right, you can seriously mess up someone's plans. Think of it as a rare, sneaky way to level the playing field when things get too heated. Then there's Godspeed, and let me just say, this one's got a bit of flair. It teleports you forward and snatches the ball right out of your opponent's hands. But here's the kicker. Aim upwards and bam! You're teleporting into the air like some kind of ninja cosplaying superhero. It's unique for sure, but mastering it takes some serious practice. And finally, Longlegs. This passive ability is kind of a one-trick pony. It boosts your M2 steel hitbox every 20 seconds. It's not flashy, but hey, it's common and it gets the job done. Sometimes simplicity wins the day. The weapons in this tier are in order from top left to bottom right: Accelerate, Snatch, Acrobatic, and Iron Head. Alright, let's dive into some underrated gems in Locked, the B-tier weapons that pack some surprising punch. Now, these aren't necessarily the flashiest picks, but they've got quirks that, if you know how to use them, can totally change your game. Think of them like your secret weapons in a fight. They might not be top tier, but in the right hands, they're absolute game changers. So, buckle up and let's break down why these abilities deserve some serious respect. First up, we've got Accelerate, an activational rare that lets you dash forward in a flash. And sure, you might be thinking, it's just a dash, what's the big deal? But trust me, in the heat of the moment, that quick dash is the difference between dodging danger or diving headfirst into it. It's amazing for catching your opponents off guard, especially if you're trying to surprise them with a quick attack. It's all about timing with this one, and when you nail it, it feels so satisfying. Then, we've got Snatch, a rare passive for all you goalkeepers out there. If you're defending, this one's got you covered. With a solid 50% chance to snag the ball when you dive, Snatch is all about giving you those clutch saves and making you a brick wall in front of the net. You know, that no one's getting past me vibe. And if you've had those missed it by a hair moments, Snatch feels like that extra boost you've always needed. And for the acrobats, say hello to Acrobatic. It's a legendary passive that's as stylish as it is powerful. This ability isn't just for show, it actually gets you back up faster after blocks, gives you a diving header when you're out of goal, and as a goalkeeper, you'll pull off some wild moves. Headstands, scorpion kicks, even a super dive. Let's just say, Acrobatic is all about looking good while you save the day. Finally, don't sleep on Iron Head, a common passive that just cranks up your header power. Simple, but effective. Sometimes you just want that raw, straightforward boost, and Iron Head delivers. It's like adding a bit of extra oomph to your strikes, giving you an edge when it counts. The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Copycat, Planetary, Riptide, Nagi, Chigiri, Monster, Shadow, Swordscrew, Voracious, and Kunigami. Alright, let's dive into some of the A-tier abilities in Locked. And trust me, this lineup is where things start getting really fun. First up, we've got Copycat. Now, this ability is pure genius. Imagine spotting a player wielding the perfect weapon, one that would absolutely devastate your current situation. Well, with Copycat, you just click on them, activate it, and boom, you're using their weapon. It's a one-time deal, but sometimes that's all you need to make the moment count. Perfect for catching your opponents off guard, especially if they think they're the only ones with that specific weapon. Then, we've got Planetary. This one is all about slick teleportation moves. Picture this. Someone kicks the ball towards you, and instead of just taking the hit, you activate Planetary. Suddenly you teleport and not only avoid the kick, but pass the ball back. It's like pulling off a ninja move in real time, catching your opponent in their own play. It's highly situational, but if you time it right, it's downright magical. Next on our list is Riptide. Riptide adds a literal twist to your gameplay by curving your next shot left or right. Just imagine how wild it is to curve the ball around an obstacle or an opponent who thought they were in the perfect spot. It's one of those abilities that takes a little practice to master, but once you nail the angle, it's a game changer. Opponents won't know what hit them because they're not expecting that curve. Now, let's talk Nagi, a legendary situational gem. Nagi lets you trap the ball mid-air, which gives you just enough time to pull off a mid-air shot. This one is all about finesse. With Nagi, you're not just aiming for any hit. You're setting up that moment where everything slows down, and all eyes are on you for that airborne shot. It's one of the best flex moves, especially in a fast-paced match where everyone's scrambling. Moving on, we have Chigiri, an activational speed boost that cranks up your sprint by a whopping 30% for the next 20 seconds. This is a real power play, especially if you're trying to close the distance between you and a target, or maybe even set up for a shot you wouldn't normally reach. It's versatile and reliable, so when you need that extra bit of speed, Chigiri's got your back. Monster is another one of my personal favorites. It launches the ball forward and pulls you right along with it when you're sprinting. It's like combining speed with a solid offensive push. But get this, when you're walking, Monster makes you dribble first before launching you forward. It's a total powerhouse move with adaptability, so whether you're pushing hard or playing it cool, Monster has a trick up its sleeve. And lastly, let's not forget Swordscrew. If you've got the ball mid-air, this ability unleashes a shot that goes up first and then spirals down in the direction you're facing. The sheer spectacle of it is just chef's kiss. It's flashy, it's powerful, and best of all, it's intimidating. The opponent barely sees it coming before it spins back down to hit them with full force. Perfect for showing off and scoring big points at the same time. So those are some of the best A-tier abilities in Locked. They all have unique playstyles, but when used right, they can absolutely steal the show. The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Formless, Ace Eater, Emperor, Direct Shot, King, and Serpent. Alright, here's where things get seriously interesting, because we're diving into the absolute best weapons in Locked. The S-tier monsters that make you feel like you're rewriting the rules. These aren't just any power-ups. Each one is like having a supercharged trick up your sleeve that turns the field into your playground. Ready to go all in? Let's break them down. First up, we've got Formless. Now, this one's not just a boost. It's like getting wings mid-match. Formless makes your jumps epic, letting you whack the ball across the field from ridiculous heights. Got a ball high in the air? Jump, trigger Formless, and boom, you're double jumping like an absolute legend, aiming those fully charged aerial shots with deadly precision. Seriously, Formless turns you into the mid-air sniper you never knew you needed to be. Then there's Ace Eater, which is all about locking down the ball once you've snagged it. Ever had your shot stolen just as you were lining up something epic? Not with Ace Eater. Whenever you steal the ball with M2, Ace Eater gives it a one-time shield that blocks opponents from swiping it back. But watch out, the shield breaks if you stop dribbling, so it's all about keeping that momentum. It's a classic power play to keep the control squarely in your court. And for anyone who's all about that extra firepower, let's talk Emperor. Activate this, and for 3 seconds, your next shot gets a mega power boost. We're talking about a blast that's almost unfair to your opponents. Timing's everything with Emperor. Catch your opponents off guard with a surprise power shot, and you'll be slamming that ball past them before they even realize what hit them. Now, for those clutch moments when you're ready to unleash a powerhouse kick, Direct Shot steps up. If you're in the box, just received a pass, and fully charge your shot, Direct Shot cranks it up to a super-powered level. It's a common weapon, but trust me, there's nothing common about watching your shot speed past the goalie. This one's situational, but when it works, it's a game changer. Moving on to King, which brings serious royalty vibes. King gives you 3 back-to-back dashes in a zigzag pattern, letting you zip across the field like lightning. Plus, while you're in the box, or as soon as you enter the box with King activated, it powers up all your shots. You'll be swerving around opponents and hammering the ball in with style. Honestly, King makes you feel like you own the pitch. And let's not forget Serpent, probably the most sneaky of them all. You activate Serpent and a snake springs up to clear the ball if it's coming your way. Plus, when you're in the box, hitting Z or C lets you block tackle from the side. It's not just a weapon, it's your personal guardian, making sure nothing gets past you. With Serpent, you're a defensive mastermind, turning any attempt against you into a highlight reel. So, there you have it, the S-tier lineup that'll have you dominating every inch of the field. These weapons don't just change your game, they turn you into an unstoppable force. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.